Did Pokémon GO start because of an April Fool's prank? In the early morning of April 1st, 2014, a file titled Pokémon Challenge appeared on Google Maps team's internal messenger. The uploader was Tatsuo Nomura, a Japanese product manager. The email subject read, "A small AR experiment for April Fools." The idea was to hide 150 Pokémon models across the map. If you caught them, they'd be recorded in the Pokédex, and completing the challenge would earn you a Pokémon Master badge, all part of the joke. The attached trailer even included a scene where Pikachu was caught in the jungles of Latin America. Nomura told his teammates, "We'll keep it up just for today and delete the code tomorrow." But as soon as the beta appeared on Google Play Store, global developer forums went wild. The app dump file was instantly shared on Reddit. Catching Pokémon through map-based AR? User time data spiked vertically on internal dashboards. Right next to Nomura's team was a blue partition marked Niantic Labs. That team, led by John Hanke, was already running a location-based game called Ingress. Hanke saw the test server logs and approached Nomura. "Have you thought about turning this into a real game?" Nomura laughed. "It's just an April Fool's joke." But his eyes wavered. At the same time, Pokémon Company CEO Tsunekazu Ishihara watched the Googleplex demo video and got excited. He called Satoru Iwata and exclaimed, "Real-world Pokémon is possible." Nintendo, skeptical, replied, "An April Fool's idea?" but left the door open for IP usage discussions. Google's leadership gave permission. Keep experimenting in a small-scale hackathon. Nomura's team and Niantic began joint weekend tests. The first alpha build only let you catch Pikachu, and the server capped at 50 concurrent users. But when a video surfaced of testers running around waving their phones over a map, a Google investor's eyes lit up. A game that makes people walk and run? This is both healthcare and social. In August 2015, when Google reorganized into Alphabet, Niantic chose to spin out as an independent company. What if Google hadn't posted that April Fool's prank in 2014? Nomura would have gone back to improving map APIs. Niantic might have shut down its AR division due to declining Ingress users. Nintendo would have stayed focused on boosting console sales. The Pokémon Company likely would have shelved the project, citing technical barriers to AR. In summer 2016, puzzle and runner games might have still dominated app charts. The idea of walking with augmented reality would have stayed buried in startup slide decks. There would have been no hundreds of people scouring parks for Pokémon late at night. No Central Park crowds swarming a fountain, forcing fire departments to set up barricades. Small business AR events and local government tourism routes might have been delayed by 5 years. Apple and Google might have deprioritized AR development kits. Augmented reality stocks could have remained a punchline, not a portfolio. Australia's Pokémon bribery scandal election campaign wouldn't have happened. Insurance companies would have built plans around pedometer data, not Pokeballs, and no one would have thrown monster balls instead of walking 20,000 steps a day. During the 2019 lockdown, Pokémon GO and its remote raid feature likely wouldn't have been developed. Apps to motivate outdoor exercise during the pandemic would have grown slowly. AR startup funding might have fallen far short of the metaverse boom. Instead of not enough Pokestops, community centers might have turned to other apps. The Pokémon card price surge might have come later, or been smaller. No global location log big data from millions of players would exist. That would have been a major setback for urban planning and traffic simulation research. Running and walking app industries would have taken much longer to adopt gamification. In the end, if one April Fool's joke had disappeared, global location-based gaming culture could have been delayed by years. But reality played out differently. On July 6, 2016, Pokémon GO launched simultaneously in the US, Australia, and New Zealand. It ranked number 1 in Apple App Store downloads on day 1, and servers crashed 3 times. In just 6 weeks, it hit 500 million downloads and 45 million concurrent users. At the Dratini incident in Central Park, 500 people sprinted at once. YouTubers quit their jobs and traveled the world, all because of Pokémon GO. Economists reported a 30% surge in location-based consumer activity. Offline mega events like Pokémon GO Fest in Chicago and Yokohama boosted local festival revenues. Google Play Store introduced a new category, walking AR. Apple built ARKit into iOS 11, accelerating the AR ecosystem. Nintendo's stock soared 90% in 10 days, later correcting, but the value of its IP was reevaluated. The Pokémon Company reorganized its cards, anime, and merchandise around the Pokémon in the real-world strategy. In 2018, Pokémon Let's Go launched with the Pokéball Plus controller, blurring the line between console and AR. During the 2020 pandemic, Niantic rolled out remote raids to maintain revenue despite social distancing. That year, it hit $1.3 billion in annual revenue, with lifetime revenue surpassing $4 billion. As of 2023, cumulative revenue exceeded $7 billion. Google Maps team recalled, "We never imagined the joke project would go this far." Tatsuo Nomura is now Chief Product Officer at Niantic. In interviews, he said, "One April Fool's joke changed my life." The keynote slide for every AR developer conference still opens with a photo of people looking for Pokémon. Japan's tourism agency reported that Pokémon GO increased small-town visitors by 15%. That's how location-based game, local revitalization became a formula. Even temples in Cambodia now have Pokéstops, offering heritage AR tours. Psychologists published studies, men in their 30s are running in public again. Doctors wrote papers showing that location games help patients with depression and lack of exercise. Total steps recorded in players' adventure logs surpassed 400 billion. Google confirmed, "We now use player data to update AR maps." Seoul adjusted nighttime street lamp locations based on Pokéstop data. Fire departments in the U.S. used player density data to plan detours during fires. Big data from one little joke began shaping city planning. Pepsi, Nike, and Starbucks boosted sales with AR stamp marketing campaigns. Now, a game you play while walking has grown beyond entertainment, into health, tourism, advertising, and research platforms. People now casually refer to the Pokémon GO generation, and it all started with one prank video posted on an April Fool's morning. A small April Fool's joke sparked the Pokémon GO phenomenon. And the small act of clicking the subscribe button right now might just change the next scene of your life. At the very least, it'll change your algorithm.